Oh, oh man. Oh man. Who? Count them. Count them. Count them, chat. 2 years on YouTube. And has it gotten any better? Probably not. Probably not. But we made it. And it's crazy to think that we're still kicking 2 years into this journey. And to think 2 years ago, I made a commitment saying like, hey, I'm gonna do this junk for 5 years, and whatever happens, happens. If I, if it don't work out, I guess you just never see me again. You know what I'm saying? But as y'all know, as customary, I'm not gonna keep the intro going too far. I'm just gonna say thank y'all so much for all the support over the 2 years. It's been phenomenal. It's been amazing, and it's really been helping me to keep going. Despite the Sonic CD fan, I'm just committed to hating on Sonic CD fans in every video I do. I just have to. It doesn't matter. I could be doing a video not even related to Sonic, and I'll be like, yeah, but this is Sonic CD fans' opinions. Like I gotta stop. But let me pull this up here. All right, cool. But regardless, just thank y'all so much for the unwavering commitment. The support and the comments and the love and all that really means a lot, and it helps me keep going. To see people even like in the Discord, which will be tagged in the description below, as long as you'll probably see something for a second channel update and a shorts channel. You can go ahead and subscribe if you want. Channels are not completely ready yet, so they're not going to have some content, but maybe I'll start posting some content. If y'all want to see that, go ahead and check those out. Subscribe if you're new. Especially because you're gonna probably enjoy wanting to be a part of these Q&As. These Q&As are pretty fun. And without further ado, let's get into the Q&A. So I asked on a YouTube poll, or on a YouTube post, like, hey, drop your questions for me for the 2-year anniversary, the Q&A. And I know this video is a little late for that, but I told y'all go ahead and drop these for me, and we will go ahead and get these done. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I have a huge line of questions from Blue Tack Rush, which go check out their art. Their art is amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer. I'm gonna answer all these questions, all right? Because they're good. So why do you like Sonic? Short answer, I'm autistic. Long answer, I'm autistic. But also, I just I don't know. There's just something about that blue rat that I love, and I've always. I've liked Sonic since a young age, 7 years old, and I'm 23 now. So it's just, he's ingrained in me, man. I can't get rid of him. I mean, you can see down there, I have, posters. I got some statues in that little back corner. I got a lot of Sonic, merch, memorabilia, stuff like that. I don't know. I've just always really freaking loved Sonic. As far back as I can remember. To why do you like the Atelier Yumiya? So I do like Yumiya. I like Ryza more. As y'all know, I've played the Ryza trilogy, and I've played a little bit of it on this channel, and I'm going to continue it at some point when I actually can afford to start making variety-based content. But I do like Yumiya. I think she's adorable. She's very cute, but Ryza is more my favorite. So I love Ryza. I love her design, love her personality, love her just everything about her. That's my wife for real. That's what we say in that's what we used to say in the gotcha space. Everybody's like, I'd pull for meta. I'm like, she my wife for real. I'm gonna pull for her. Which makes me need to get into Azura Lane, because I know they had a collab. So maybe if they make a Yumiya collab, I get another one. Why do I like Genshin Impact? So this is a hard question, because I wouldn't say I hate it, but I have not played it in years. So if you don't know the lore, if some people don't know the lore, I am a retired Genshin addict. I used to be a part of Genshin's fan base. I used to play a lot of Genshin. I played Genshin for like 3 years straight. I've spent a ton of money on it. If you don't know the lore, I just generally like, so it wasn't one of those things where a lot of people, I wasn't really heavily into the gacha game space at the time that Genshin came out. Genshin kind of sparked me getting into gacha games, because before I was only playing one. I was playing Legends, and I was playing Dragon Ball Legends, and I was playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and those were the only two I had played, but I'd never like spent money or anything on it. I came across Genshin on PlayStation 3 days after Genshin released, because it released on PlayStation and PC on the same day. And on mobile. So when it came out, I was just looking for like anime games to play, because I was really just tired of all these like mainstream arena fighter games. Like, I love My Hero, but bro, we do not need an arena fighter for My Hero, you know, stuff like that. Curse Clash wasn't out, but you know, stuff, you get what I mean, the arena fighter stuff. I generally didn't like those games, and I was like, I want like an open world anime game where you can fight, like something close to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's like, I wanted something like that. I want to play it with like, it can be completely original. I don't really care. And I came across Genshin, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, this game's free. This looks pretty cool. And you know, then I started playing it, and I was like, this game is sick. And then I started to figure out like it was a gacha game, and I just really got into it. Started to understand how to build characters. Started to understand how to you know, pull for them, all this stuff, just literally doing like everything. I would do all the content in the game. I would knock it all out. And I played pretty much every day. I had everything 100% explored. I had, you know, Inazuma all knocked out. I should definitely go do a video, and let me know in the comments below this video if you guys want me to go back and like just do a review of my account and just everything I explored, and then just seeing everything in the game now, because I know there's so much stuff now. Like Natlin, I've explored a little bit of that. I fell out of it around Sumeru. Sumeru was great, and I thought it was cool, but I really just was like, I'm not really, like, I haven't fully explored Sumeru. I haven't explored the new Liyue area. I've barely explored any of Fontaine, and Fontaine was great too. Natlin, I haven't even really touched Natlin that much, but you know, it's and I know there's supposed to be more stuff being added here and there, and apparently they've made a thing now that they're finally, like, the brother and sister Aether and Lumine are finally like gonna like reunite or something. So that's pretty cool. But I've just been out of it. But I just liked it because I thought the building system was unique. I thought that the you know, the exploration at the time was really good. Genshin has a lot of flaws, and that's primarily the reason why I fell out of Genshin, was the flaws. They just didn't fix a lot of stuff, and it just got really boring. But I still, you know, I still keep up with my account. I still play it every now and then, just to, you know, kind of reminisce and stuff like that, and just keep the account, because I mean, I've spent so much money, I can't get rid of the account, so I have to kind of keep it. What made me do YouTube? Really just passion, I guess. Love of the game, as they say. I have always liked making videos when I was a little kid. Not for like YouTube, but like, because YouTube came out in 2005, 2007. One of the two, but I had always made like little home videos of me just like playing with my toys and stuff like that. So I always liked making videos. It was always there, the passion, and I taught myself how to edit at a young age and stuff. So I've always really liked it. And then once, you know, YouTubers like Markiplier and Corey X Kenshin and stuff like that, they started getting like really, really popular. I was like, oh man. And then I noticed you could start getting paid, and I'm like, you can get paid for doing this? This is sick. I want to do that. And I eventually started doing it on an old channel that's actually been repurposed as my second channel, so you can actually see some of the old videos on there. But I was doing that around the time I was like 16, 17. But the passion wasn't all there, mainly because I was personally very depressed at that time. Just a lot of things, and I kind of just lost sight of who I was, and I didn't really have that passion. It wasn't until I finally came out of that a little bit before starting YouTube that I was like, okay, yeah, YouTube is kind of something I want to do. It's just something I've always wanted to do, because I feel like I can express my opinions and share what I think about games and stuff like that to the world, and I think people really receive it well. And I mean, would it be great to do his job? Yes, 100%. I would love that more than anything, and I would love to just be able to do this as a job. But you know, it's not completely and totally realistic. You know, you never know. I would love to, but you never know. I think it would be fun though to be able to do. But in terms of just, yeah, it's just something I've always really enjoyed, and I enjoy it. Like the job part and wanting to do it as a job is like the secondary part. The main part of this is just, it's fun. I enjoy it. I like seeing people, you know, comment and just give their opinions on the things, just compliment and just say how good the videos are, because, you know, that makes you feel good when people are like, oh, your video is really good, like, you should keep going, and you're really underrated and stuff. And just being able to inspire people to also make videos, because I have a lot of people in my Discord that tell me like, hey, you inspired me to make videos, man. I'm gonna start making videos, you know. And I'll go and I support those small content creators too, because that's the thing. I want to be able to support small content creators as well, because I just have that much love for the freaking game. What is your favorite Sonic character? Pretty basic, just Sonic. I know I'm basic, but pretty much Sonic. But if we're not gonna include Sonic, it would be Knuckles. Knuckles is my second favorite. I love Knuckles. I wasn't really like a huge fan of Knuckles back in the day, but it wasn't until I like rewatched like Sonic X, I was like, this man, Knuckles is him, man. He's aura farming all the daggum time. Knuckles is him. I love Knuckles. So Knuckles would be my second favorite. If we're not going to include Sonic at all, then he would be my favorite character of all time. But Sonic is my favorite. I mean, he's the coolest. You know, I grew up on Jason Griffith era Sonic when he was like the GOAT. And not to say that Roger, and that's not to say anything about Roger or Ryan. They're both great Sonics. That's not, it's just the way Sonic was written at the time. So Jason Griffith just has a really cool Sonic because of the way he was written at the time. Are you going to play Silk Song? I don't know what that is, so not probably going to play it. Are you going to get Sonic Racing Crossworlds on PC? I'm going to get it on sale for PC. The mods will be cool. I've already got it on PC. I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the deluxe. As most people know, I am the biggest advocate for Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now. I freaking love that game because I played the beta. I have a lot of experience with the game. I think Sega is really trying, and that's the only reason I put my money into the deluxe, is because I feel like Sega earned it this time. I do feel like I'm not much of a digital deluxe buyer, but for this specific thing, I was like, you know, Sega, it really does, like, I've played the game and I'm like, Sega does really seem to be trying with this, putting their all into this game. I'm gonna give them the shadow of the doubt, and you know, if I regret it later on, I regret it. It is what it is. You know, you're gonna have regrets in life. So I really just think, you know, I just think that Sega this time has earned it. So that's why I did it. Are you gonna play Shadow Generations multiplayer mod? If I can get in. I don't really have much interest in doing Shadow Generations multiplayer over Sonic Frontiers, because I can see more content potential in Sonic Frontiers multiplayer than I do Shadow Gens, because Shadow Gens is more of your, aside from the open zone like world that's in Shadow Gens, I just don't see as much potential for content, I guess is the best way to put it, especially since you're only Shadow, where you could be different characters in the Frontiers. I just see more content potential for Frontiers than I do Shadow Generations, and my content orientated brain just thinks like I could make so many videos off of Frontiers. So I would rather do Frontiers multiplayer over Shadow Gens, but I would not have a problem with doing Shadow Gens. I think Shadow Gens would still be fun. What's your favorite color? Yellow. Channels yellow and blue. Probably blue would be my second. I mean, I'm wearing this, you know, channel colors are yellow and blue. Yellow is my favorite color, 100%. I love yellow, always have. I really like purple too. Purple's really good. Favorite anime. All right, so I'm gonna split this in two, because I've never actually been able to decide, because there's the anime I grew up watching all of my life, which was Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball so much. I have a bunch of Dragon Ball figures. You can't see it down there, but I have a bunch of Dragon Ball figures down there. I love Dragon Ball to death. But there's the anime that also got me into anime, which is an anime that a lot of people got in. Best new gen of all time, best MC of all time, My Hero Academia. People hate on it, bro. People hate on this anime, and it deserves an apology, and I'm gonna say that to the end of time. It deserves an apology, because I love My Hero, bro. It's so good. Everything just about wanting to be, like, it inspires me. I listen to My Hero music in my gym rotation, because I genuinely love My Hero that freaking much, bro. It just makes me want to be a better person when I listen to the music. It makes me want to be a better person when I see Deku. And Deku's just, like, for me, like, you know, you have like your spirit animal. My anime, like, spirit animal, or like the character that embodies me, I feel like, is Deku. I can relate to Deku so freaking much. And I love, he's awesome. Do I like Pokemon? Yes. Not as much as I did. I do like Pokemon, but Not as much as I did. I used to love it back in the day, and I still kind of like it. Like, I like coming up with more of my own ideas, and a lot of my Pokemon that I didn't like back in the day, I kind of really like now. Like Gengar's probably my favorite Pokemon. I really love Raichu now over Pikachu. I think Raichu's incredibly underrated because he's the evolution of Pikachu, but Raichu's just so sick. He's so cool looking, so I really like Raichu. And Pokemon Black and White is probably the best Pokemon game of all time, hands down. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm going to glaze that game to the end of the earth because it's also based off America. You know, America, woo, let's go. But, I don't know, I was fairly disappointed with Arceus when I played it. I thought Shield was okay. Shield was fine. It wasn't, like, horrible, but it wasn't bad. And Arceus was fun. It was fun. But once I beat the game, I really just felt like there was nothing to do. There was no in-game content. There was just nothing to do. And like I had actually been like, oh, I'm going to commit to catching all the Pokemon. And then I just never did because I just really thought like it was just boring. I never caught all the Pokemon. I never got Arceus because I just was like, this is boring. As well as I felt like the IV system that's been, I know apparently people have said it's been in the games longer, but I feel like it's only been in the games for a few years now. Just ruins the game for me. Like I can't tell you how many times I had like my max level Pokemon, like level 100, just get one shot by like a level 50. And I'm like, how? This makes no freaking sense. And it's because of the IV system. That's a whole thing for a whole nother video for another day. If I ever decide to make a video on that, I don't think I care enough to, but if I ever did, I probably would talk about it because that's my least favorite system. Am I going to get GTA 6? Probably not. I know people are like super hype about that game and I don't think it's going to be bad. I've just never played the GTA games. I've never had a desire to. I would rather wait for a Red Dead Redemption 3 and play that over GTA 6. I do think it's going to be great. Maybe I'll buy it at some point down the line and just be like, whatever, and I'll play it personally. I'm never going to play it on the channel. Just mainly because, I mean, I wouldn't say it's an ethical thing. I've just never really had interest in GTA like that, but I don't think the games are bad. So I probably won't play it or get it, but, you know, who knows? I mean, only time will tell. Maybe once I see, like, more gameplay, because we haven't seen, like, anything gameplay-wise on the game, so. And lastly, from Blue Tech Bar, all these were the same person, by the way, and I'm just going to answer, I guess I'm going to answer. What's your favorite Sonic fan game? This one's hard because there's a few that I really like. Sonic Dimensions by Phantom Raidea, which is getting picked up again, and they're gonna finally finish the game, so I'm super hype about that. That's gonna be great. I really love Sonic Dimensions. Sonic Utopia. I know Lange has been in a controversial like thing, but Sonic Utopia has such a special place in my heart from playing it when I was like littles that I just, you know, separate the art from the artist kind of thing. I just have really always liked Sonic Utopia. I don't really care about what people say about like the level design and stuff. To me, I just personally enjoy it, and it was the blueprint for what I would have wanted in an open world Sonic game kind of thing, and kind of what I expected from like Frontiers when Frontiers came out. So I really like that game. Triple Trouble 16 bits, really good. Fallen Star and Moon Facility, even unfinished, both of those are amazing. Really like those games. So there's a lot, and heck, I even really like After the sequel, but if I could choose a top, I don't think I could. I really don't think I could, but I'll say Sonic Dimensions for the sake of the question. But there's so many out there that I really love, and I just cannot get enough of. I really love. All right, so Gray T asks, how do you keep the voices from getting louder? I don't. I don't. They're just there all the time. Just in the back of my head, like, you're gonna upload a video. You're gonna upload a video. Your fans are gonna get mad at you. They're gonna hate you for the rest of your life. That's what they're gonna say. PK, the definitely mature person, asks, why you on them perks? Because if I'm not on the perk, then you wouldn't have good brain rot Sonic content. I don't know. I freaking don't know. Sovereign Sheep 64, will you play on the channel, such as Skullgirls or any Arc System Works games. I don't know what Skullgirls works. I've played Arc Sys games before on the channel. I've played I don't have a fighters video, but I've played a lot of Guilty Gear on the channel before. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is obviously, you know, most people who are subscribed to this channel only watch the Sonic content, so that's what I'm giving, is just Sonic content, and trying to sprinkle little platformer games in there, and, you know, just anything I'm generally interested in. I'll do like one video on it, and if people really enjoy it, I might start doing it, but usually those videos don't really pan out, because, like, you know, I've done the Repo video, I've done the Yumiya video, and stuff like that, and people just generally don't really receive those well, so I don't really continue it. And that's the other thing. The Guilty Gear videos were receiving pretty well, but they just weren't getting enough reception that I felt like there's no point in like assassinating my channel over this. I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna stick to Sonic until I can start getting to a point where I can play those games again, and I would gladly play them. I really love Guilty Gear. I've seen Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which I am really excited for. I do want to get back into Dragon Ball FighterZ, stuff like that. So there are a few fighting games that I like and that I generally do want to get into, especially with leaks for a new My Hero game, which I'm hoping isn't just like One's Justice, and I'm hoping it's a 2D fighter, but we'll see what happens with that. Phobia-esque ask, I don't know, what's your favorite soda? Cherry Pepsi. That one was not hard, mainly because I'm not really picky when it comes to soda. So I'm a very picky eater, but when it comes to soda and drinks specifically, I'm not very picky. The only one I won't drink is ginger ale unless I'm sick, but when it comes to soda specifically, I'm not very picky. I will drink any soda you put in front of me usually, but so I didn't really have a soda favorite all the way up until like finally I had like Cherry Pepsi. I'm like, this is the best soda ever. So Cherry Pepsi is probably my favorite of all time. Ducky Plays ask, do you like Undertale? Not really. Just gonna be honest, no. I'm not. And that also goes into Snuffy's question, will you do a Deltarune video? No, not doing Deltarune at all. Have no interest in Deltarune. I just don't really care for it, so it doesn't interest me. And a lot of people are like, oh, this changes RPG games. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything different than RPG games do. I mean, it's got good music, that's cool, and characters that I guess people like, and that's whatever. But personally, Deltarune, not interested. Never have been, never will be. Same with Undertale, not really interested all that much. I'm just probably not gonna play it. I've tried it before, and I played like the first 10 minutes and got bored and just put it down. And I'm a guy that likes RPGs. I like sitting down and playing RPGs. I love JRPGs especially too. I will sink hours into an RPG. I just do not. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not for me. It never has been, and it probably never will be. Mr. Audis, that's the goat right there. Will you be maining SpongeBob in Sonic Racing Crossworlds? I don't know. There's so many characters in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, especially with the Werehog on the horizon. I think I'm gonna be maining Werehog. If I had to lock in the characters that I'm gonna be playing the most, it's gonna be Sonic, Amy, Werehog, Shadow, Hatsune Miku for sure, Joker. I might play SpongeBob a good few times, or Patrick. Patrick probably more over SpongeBob. And if they add any more Sega IPs, I think I would probably play some of the other Sega IPs, like maybe like, you know, like Beat or whatever. I might lock in Jet a little bit too, because it's been a brick since I played Jet. I've never been like a huge fan of the. I do think they're great characters, but I've never been huge fan of the Babylon Rogues in general. Oh, locking in Big. You know I'm locking in Big too. I gotta lock in Big. Big on Extreme Gear is gonna be the most peak thing of all time. Shadow the Ultimate Chaos Farm ask, what's your favorite Sonic game, and are you a DBZ fan? Well, favorite Sonic game, I've had that question all the time, but I get that I get new people, so they don't know. My favorite Sonic game of all time is Sonic Unleashed. You should know. If you don't, go watch the Sonic Unleashed series. It's peak. It's my best series to date. I promise you, you're gonna love it. I love Sonic Unleashed to death and back, and it's gonna be my favorite game until the end of time. And am I a DBZ? I'm a huge DBZ fan. Love DBZ. It's the best series of all freaking time. I got into DBZ from Sonic, so You know, and most of the time that's kind of how it goes. You know, Sonic fans will get into DBZ from Sonic, DBZ fans will get into Sonic from DBZ, so it kind of works. So it was kind of inevitable that I was going to become a DBZ fan. So really like DBZ, love it. Gohan's my favorite character. I love Gohan. And yeah, and then we have 2 more questions here. Funny Frog asked, Nights into Dreams. I don't think that's a question, but if you're asking me if I'm gonna play it, no, probably not. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. It's just nothing that really has ever interested me. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the other Sega IPs, to be honest with you. I don't, aside from the newer ones that they've acquired, because I do want to play Yakuza, and I'm not a rhythm game guy. I do like Hatsune Miku, but I'm not a rhythm game guy, so I probably won't play Hatsune. But, you know, I love Persona, so I do like some of these newer IPs that they've acquired, but I've never really been interested in, like, playing, like, Jet Set Radio Nights or Space Station 5 or Sábado Domingo. Like, I've never really actually ever been interested in playing any of those games. Not that I don't think that they're bad games by any means or standard. They just generally don't interest me. So if they don't interest me, I'm just not gonna freaking play it. Like, that's just the end of the line. So I probably just won't play Nights. I do think it's pretty cool, and I like Nights' design. And, you know, there's been a lot of Nights collabs with Sonic. So, and pretty sure Nights is gonna be in Crossworld. So there's something to look forward to. And then the last by Mania XDLOL. What's your favorite Sonic fan game? I answered this a little earlier. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to say Sonic Dimensions, but there's so many ones that I cannot answer that I just could not tell you. That's all the questions. Thanks to everybody who sent in questions. If you want to be able to be having your question featured, I will try to get to every single... Right now, I can get to every single question. But if you all try to ask... if all 1,000 of you... I could make a giant hour-long questionnaire video. I could do this all day, bro. I can yap. Thanks to everybody who sent in questions. It was fun to answer them. Especially since we have one giant just thread question that I could just be like, all right, I can answer all these and just talk about it. It's great. So that really gave out some length on the video, because these are usually not that long, you know, and don't get a lot of people that send in questions, but thanks to everybody who sent in questions. It's always really fun to do, and I can't wait to do the next one when we either hit a subscriber milestone or we hit 3 years. So I'll set a subscriber milestone for the next one if we do this before 3 years. At 5K, I'll do the next Q&A. So keep that in mind. Anybody new here, anybody old, go tell your friends about me, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Maybe. I don't know. Just go tell your friends. I'm here. I'm cool. I like Sonic, I guess. I like anime, I guess. Yeah, we in this. See you on the next one.